Now that you've learned a little bit more about STEM careers, you might be interested in exploring some STEM career pathways. We found a very useful website for this purpose. Best Colleges has a lot of information about STEM careers and pathways. We encourage you to use the STEM career pathway outline to help you move through this website. This video will also help explain how to use this website. So the first thing to think about is what STEM field you will want to explore. So as we can see here on the website, it's going to just kind of start here at the top with STEM careers. It gives you some information about what STEM careers even are, and then some different examples of STEM topics that might be of interest to you, such as astronomy, biology, computer science. And if you click on any one of these, it will give you just some very basic information about what that topic is. So if you're not sure what STEM career you might want to look at, maybe you want to start here. Now, if you already know what you want to look at, you can continue scrolling down, and they actually have quite a few different STEM career paths to look at. So here are several STEM fields, including aeronautics, biology, chemistry, computer science, and several others as well. So you can pick whatever one is of most interest to you. We had a STEM worker who was in the chemistry field. So let's see what it would have been like for them in the chemistry field. So let's explore chemistry careers. One of the first things that they'll kind of tell you is a little bit about the background of it, and then what is the anticipated growth for this field. If you go here under Chemistry Career Outlook, we can see that they're predicting a 5% job growth in these fields between 2019 to 2029. And it also tells you a little bit about median salaries. Median salaries is the middle salary that you can expect in any given field. So we have several different job titles under chemistry and some of the expected median salaries for different levels of experience. Most people who are going to be going into a new career obviously are going to be starting at this entry level position. So maybe for a research scientist that might be over 75,000, chemical engineer maybe 66,000, toxicologist 64,000. And that's just a few examples. If we continue down, we can see that there are certain skills that you can gain with a chemistry degree, and it talks a little bit about some of these skills. Some of the sections that they have will actually tell you more about the skills that you can expect to learn. Some of these skills might include things like lab skills or communication skills. So all those are some skills that get wrapped up in this. But if we continue down, we can see some different career paths, so like pre-health, biochemistry, and you can look into those. Chemistry is such a broad field that it is important to consider what you might want to do, narrow that focus. If you continue, they actually talk about how you can start your career in chemistry and include what you can do at different levels of education. Typically, an associate's degree is going to take 2 years to complete. A lot of students do this at community colleges while working. And here we can see some of the jobs you can get with an associate's degree in chemistry, such as a chemical technician, a medical assistant, or a food science technician. And you can also see their salaries down here. So here, a chemical technician with a 2-year degree can expect to make about 49,000. So that's actually, not bad for only having 2 years of college education. And the other thing to remember is a lot of these jobs, once you start in a career, they might pay for you to continue your education, which would give you the opportunity to start off making some money. And then as you go through, you might go back, pick some other things up, and move up within that field and move up to higher salaries. So here's some things you can do with a bachelor's degree, including being a chemist, a forensic science technician, a high school science teacher. And again, we can see some different salaries here. So this one's 77,000, 59,000. So there's different salaries that you can expect. The more education you have, generally the trend is that you will be able to make more money. You will have higher earning potential. Although that's not always the case, a lot of times bachelor's or master's degrees are the sweet spots where you're going to be making the most money. Here we can see master's degrees. So the bachelor's degree is for a 4-year university or college where you spend there 4 years and then you graduate. A master's degree is typically going to be an additional 2 years, so about 6 years total in college. So they're going to go a little bit more into advanced things, and you can see here some jobs that you might be able to get with a master's, including chemical engineer, natural science manager, research scientist, toxicologist, and industrial production manager. And if you look here, you're going to see a big jump in salaries. So chemical engineers are going to be making over 100,000. Natural science manager is going to be making over 129,000. Of these 5 jobs that they mentioned that you can kind of achieve with a master's degree, you saw that 3 of them were over $100,000. So that is a lot of money. If we continue to doctoral degrees, so this is typically going to be a degree that you get after your bachelor's or master's. It's typically another 4 years of education. Sometimes programs will allow you to get your master's, so the first 2 years is for your master's, the second 2 years is for your doctorate. But in total, you'll probably spend about 8 years in college to get your doctorate degree. Now, there are some benefits to having doctorates. It gives you some more job opportunities. So you could be a professor at a university, for example, and this salary might be around 80,000. You could be a biochemist, so even more advanced in the field of chemistry, so making about 94,000. Or you can become what they call a principal scientist. And if you read here, it says principal scientists lead teams of researchers in conducting experiments, analyzing results, and presenting findings. So these are kind of like the head honchos of a research team, and they're a big deal. They can make pretty good money as well. So here we see $123,000. So there are some benefits to having doctorate degrees. It can really help you move up in a career. But as you saw, the earnings is not necessarily as high as some of the other ones. The bachelor's degree and the master's degree is a really good bang for your buck sort of degree. So that's a little bit about this website. And if you go back all the way to the top, you can go here to careers and click on that. And that's actually going to bring you back to some different career options. So we are specifically looking at careers in STEM. And you can kind of go back and start all over again. So I hope that made it a little bit easier to move through this website. I highly recommend using it, even if you're not interested in STEM, just kind of seeing what opportunities are out there. And as you saw, there was other things besides STEM. So maybe if you're interested in education or whatnot, they also have those majors shared here as well. I hope that was helpful and that you have a great day.